Hello and welcome to another update video about Ethereum. Ethereum is currently hitting the ceiling here against this descending trend line. We have enough touch points. We have one here. We have, okay, you could argue this is not a touch point, but we have 1, 2, 3 here in this area and now again, and price reacted to it. So this is an interesting one, this descending trend line. If price can break above that, I think we have a small breakout and it could then take price to the next resistance level. That structural resistance level which comes next, which in my opinion is meaningful, is here this B wave high at 1926. Then we have further resistance at 1964 and then 2020, and that would be the significant breakout. If you like to see a bit more context, check out my last video I made from today. I made earlier today. It was about the longer term chart and outlook and price action since the June 22 low. Yeah, but Ethereum currently pushes higher, but only in 3 waves so far. Like Bitcoin, however, has the advantage that Bitcoin already pushed above several resistance areas. Ethereum not really, and it is below this descending trend line. As we explained in the last few days with the ETH BTC chart, Ethereum is probably going to be outperformed by Bitcoin. That is currently what we can see. We can also see that Ethereum and Bitcoin both are rallying a little bit stronger than many altcoins, which is also not a surprise and was communicated in the last week. Now, what needs to happen? So the best I've got here is that Ethereum is moving up in a bullish scenario in a leading diagonal. Yeah. Overall, the assumption could be that Ethereum is now in a third wave rally, which could take us to $3,000. That is the bullish scenario. But obviously for that to work out, price now must hold the 1715 level, the last swing low. As soon as price breaks below it, it will already have broken below the ascending trend line and most likely will finish off this correction in the 1530, 1540 area. So here Ethereum does not make such a good impression as Bitcoin. Again, that's not a surprise. We knew that was coming because of the ETH BTC chart and the downtrend on that chart. However, it also makes it more difficult to forecast here further upside for Ethereum. But there is a clear level against which the focus can be on higher, and that is 1715. I would already pay attention to the ascending trend line here. It might very well be that if Ethereum is really following the short-term bullish wave count in orange here, which should send it higher into the $1,900 region, that it will follow this trend channel. Yeah, we have a nicely defined trend line here at the lower end, and we now have 2 touch points up here as well, so we get a nicely defined trend channel, which is often used in diagonals. I think this wave 4 in orange can start at any time. Be aware, a more micro level count doesn't make sense, because if this really is a diagonal, it will change a lot. So yeah, the orange count would need to produce 5 waves up. The third wave can definitely push a little higher, especially if it breaks above the trend line, but there's currently some evidence that we deal here with a diagonal, also due to the fact that Ethereum's move up here is fairly weak. But I wouldn't be surprised to see the $1,900 region soon, as long as the 1715 level is holding. A break below 1715 would be a, let's say, warning or a sign, a signal that the yellow fifth wave to a lower low is taking place. So ultimately, to see a breakout, we need to see those 5 waves up. And as soon as Ethereum has filled in those 5 waves, it can count as a possible wave 1. We would then get a wave 2 pullback, maybe a retest of the channel from above, then a larger third wave rally, a fourth and a fifth. So what we need to see, due to this being a diagonal, it needs to prove that it's turned around. It's not as easy as looking at an impulse, which is more straightforward. It needs to show us those 5 waves and a 3-wave pullback to form a higher low. But what happened is that Ethereum moved down. Yeah, we were waiting for lower lows all the time. Then we identified here this inverse head and shoulders. Yesterday said, okay, a move above that could lead to a breakout, yeah, into the whatever, $1,850, $1,900 range. And it also turned around in our larger trend reversal area, something that it did before around the 10th of March. So these are usually the areas in which price should ideally turn around if the assumption is correct that we're dealing with a 1-2 setup, which could lead to a third wave. Cannot rule out at this stage one more low, especially as long as price is below that descending trend line. but it's certainly getting really, really interesting now. So I keep you updated. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.